Hi everyone, welcome to Life Well Loved. I'm Penny. What am I loving today? I'm loving my Stanley Cup. I have it here in the beautiful camel color, and it's got a branding of some gray on it, and I thought it would be fun to decorate my Stanley Cup. I have some new goodies that just arrived in the mail, and I'm excited to try them out on her. Now, when I put these on, they can be a bit fussy, so some of the video will probably be offline so that I can get things situated so that she can look her best when she is on camera. So let me go ahead and give you an overview of what it looks like here. So this is the 40 ounce. You can tell that it's smaller at the bottom if you're not familiar with, kind of studying the Stanley Cups. It has the gray branding there. It has a really strong handle here and nothing on the back, and then it's a twist style opening there, so you can tell it's all stainless steel. Has the straw, the cap. The straw actually can come straight out, and then this actually turns, turns like that to reveal the opening if you wanted to actually drink straight from the cup, or you can turn it again so that it closes it completely. And of course, if you keep turning it, then you'll get it back around to where the straw goes in, which is usually how I use it. So let me get her set back up again and we will get started. Okay, so what are some of the goodies that I got? Well, here we go. This is the elastic piece, and you can see it has a hole on both sides and it stretches. This is the part that will slide over the top, and it covers this silver part right here. And you can see that it has holes on both sides of it, and this is where the dangly goodies will be. I have, I got quite a few things in here. All right, so let's look at this one first. This one is just a long pearl and glittery beaded chain. It has the clasps on both sides, so that's great. And then this one, it almost looks like a bracelet because it only has a clasp on one side. The other side just has this, a chain with a little bit of a bead on it. So very small. I could definitely use that as a bracelet, but we'll carry on. I have the straw topper here, so that's pretty, in the same motif. And then I have more beads. I have 3 beads in total. And then the last thing in here is what's called a cup base. And you can see that it's in all pearls, and I think that that's gonna look amazing. So let me get rid of this trash and get a little bit organized here. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna put on is this cup base here, and this is gonna be really easy. You just put it down and then really just kind of slide it in there. Yeah. And the reason why they sell these is because sometimes when you put these down, they clank really loud. And then the other thing too is that if you put them down, at an angle, then you can actually dent the bottom of the container. Of course, that's what they say. I don't know, maybe that's a marketing strategy. I don't know. I just know that this kit came with this, and I think it does add a little something something. The other thing I wanted to mention too is something I had to learn on my own, is that this lid actually spins to position the straw. So if you're right-handed, maybe you want the straw here so that you can grab it there. But if you're left-handed, then you probably want to be able to use the cup like that. And so the straw is actually on the other side. So what I have been able to determine is that wherever you start the straw, you'll put it here, you'll spin it, and then it lands right where you started. So if you wanted to start it with the straw here, then when you spin it, it'll actually land perfectly where you want it to be. So I think that that's probably a pretty good tip. So the next thing I want to add are these beads. So you can see I got 3 of them, and hopefully you can see those really well. They've got lots of bling on them, and I do love my bling. So these beads actually can slip underneath this. Right, oh, let me put it down for a second. Slip right underneath there, just like that. There we go. And then they just stack beautifully. and they kind of rest, I'm trying to get them sorted here, they just rest on the lip of this cup, and I think that that actually really adds a lot of interest to the cup. Okay, so next I have to put this on, and this is that elastic piece that's going to slide over the top, and a lot of people will line up these holes right here to be kind of centered so that when you hang something, it kind of hangs like that, and people will use that as their handle. I actually want to put this hole probably behind here because I want it to be a little bit of an angle. So all you have, well, let me take the straw, take this off first. So all you have to do is just stretch it and then be able to kind of manhandle it over the top, but it's a little bit complicated. So I'm gonna go off camera, I'm gonna fix it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, I have pushed it on, and now what I want to do is I want to push this down so that it covers this entire metal part here. And you know, you can just kind of slide it with your nails or your thumb or whatever. And as I said, I really like that loop right there to be just behind this handle, and you will see why in just a moment. Okay, I'm back. I took the top off so that you can see what it actually looks like. It goes right up to the rim. You can see that there. And I actually slid that even further over away from the handle. It was just a little bit too close. But yeah, you can see that that's nice and smooth, and it doesn't get in way of the threading for the cup at all. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the longer bracelet, I guess you'd call it a necklace, and you're going to attach it here, so nice and easy. Now a lot of people will just attach it so that it drapes across the top, so you're going to put it right there. So it drapes across the top. But what I don't like about it is that it makes noise, and I don't like that. So the reason why I wanted to spin that around is because you can actually like slide it underneath the handle, and then all of a sudden it doesn't make any noise. So I love that, and I think it's kind of cute like that, so I don't have any problem with that at all. Now you can see that same situation, you put your straw in like that, and you start it where you want it to be, and then you just spin it, and then there you go. It lands right where you want it to be. So the next thing I have is this one, and the trick with this one is that it doesn't have a clasp on both sides. It only has a clasp on one side. So what I want to do is I want to drape this one across the back like that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to attach the part that doesn't have a clasp. I will attach it to, oops, let me undo it here. I'll attach it to this clasp, and there's a little bit of a loop right there at the bottom. I think I'm going to go with this, well, maybe I'll go with that loop right there, and then reattach it. Yep, that's good. Put that back underneath the handle, and then this one actually can get attached to that one, just like that. Okay, so now we have the back decorated, and we have the front decorated, and I have my straw topper. So this part right here just slides right over the straw like that. Push it down, and then that actually tops it off. And of course that has a pearl on it because that's our theme. Actually, yeah, like that. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to do is I wanted to add a little something going on right here, which I feel like has been like spotlighted and highlighted because you've got the curtain of pearls going on both sides, and then you've got a perfect opportunity to add something really interesting right there. So let me see what I have. Okay, so you might think that I have some of these things pre-planned, but I really don't. I'm literally just like in the moment here. I have a couple of brooches that I want to put on here, and I just randomly picked them. So this is the first one. This one is, I didn't realize how dark it's gotten. Okay, well, it has a little twist on the back, and then that pops out. So I was thinking I might be able to slide it straight through and then put it on and then just twist it in place. Okay, so that's the first look. That's actually cute. That's not bad. I'm not liking that it's so tarnished. So, should have cleaned that, but listen, I'm not really I'm not really prepared for this. I just spontaneously decided to do this, so I don't think I'm gonna go with this one just because it needs to be cleaned. I didn't even realize that. Funny how these silver pieces actually get so tarnished even in your drawer. But yeah, it's really pretty. All right, so I'll put that one aside. This one is the second one. This one is just a little ribbon, and it's the same opening. It's got the bar in there, so I'll slide that in and twist it up. So that's the second one. Looks like it's getting a little caught. There we go. And it's also kind of falling around. I guess it would be okay. So if it slid that way, that's not bad. If it slid that way, it's okay. I don't know. What do you guys think? It's not bad, right? So it would look like that. It would look like that. But I'm kind of not feeling it. I feel like it's too floppy. So I will take that one off. Then I have this little rabbit here, which I think might be the wrong color, but this has that same kind of a thing, just like that. I don't know if this one is too small to fit. Oh no, I guess so. I guess it'll be all right. Okay, so that's the rabbit. I feel like it's too small to even know that it's a rabbit, and I also think it's kind of low-key the wrong color because it's so gold. All right, well, I have one left, so hopefully this last one is a keeper. This one is actually new. Look at how cute she is. She's a brooch. Isn't she adorable? She has a little dress on, and she's got some glasses on. Now, she's a little tricky because she has the pin on the back, but she goes straight up. So I'm gonna have to probably attach it to this clasp right here. So I'll put that like that, and then put her like that. So I think she's adorable. Yes, yay! I think she's adorable. Look at how cute, guys. Now she doesn't have any pearls on her, but you know, it doesn't matter because she's got the feel of an elegant lady who might be wanting to wear pearls. So yeah, so if you're holding this, you're actually gonna hold it right here, and she'll dangle a little bit. Let's see, not too much noise, not too bad. But I think she's adorable, and that's just a little extra something that you can do with your Stanley Cup. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.